Hey everyone, and welcome to lesson 3 of our Algebra 1 series. Today we're going to talk about order of operation. So let me give you an example of where you could use order of operation. So here's an example. We could have 3 plus 2 times 3 minus 5. Now here's an example in which we use three operations. We use addition, multiplication, and subtraction. And it's really important to know which one we do first to correctly solve this problem. Because if we don't know which operation to do first, we're going to get different answers if everyone does it differently. So there needs to be a correct mathematical way to do this. And we use a hierarchy of order of operations. Now a quick way to remember that is the word, that's a P, Pemdas. Now for those of you who have heard this, you know what this means. For those of you that haven't heard it, you're probably like, this guy's a croak. You know, what the heck does that mean? That's so silly. Well, it's actually not. This is a really important term, Pemdas, and it might sound silly, but you know, today I still use it to go back and check my work, and I've used it through my whole entire math education. I'm going to break it down here. Pemdas. So P is parentheses. E is exponents. M is multiplication. D is division. A is addition. And S is subtraction. So what we have here is a hierarchy of the order of operations. And what a hierarchy means is an order of whichever comes first. So parentheses comes first, then you have exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, like it says. So with our PEMD here, right, it's whatever comes first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you go through the expression and you perform those operations in that order. Now when you look at the A and the S, we're actually going to read it like a sentence and go from left to right when we're solving out our order of operations. Let me put this in terms of an example. We're going to look back to what we initially saw, which was 3 plus 2 times 3 minus 5. Now we have three operations here. We've got addition, multiplication, and subtraction. So the first thing we need to do is look back at our PEMDAS, and we don't have we don't have parentheses, we don't have exponents, we do have multiplication. We're going to do that first. So we're going to multiply this term right here. So we're going to have 3 plus 6, which is our 2 times 3. That is an arrow, minus 5. Now we don't have division, and now we're back to this bracket here where we're going to read left to right like a sentence. So we're going to read this direction. So our first order of operation is we're going to do the 3 plus 6, which is 9 minus 5. Now we have a simple expression. We can solve that out. We get 4, and that's our final answer. Let's look at a more complicated example. So our more complicated example is going to be 2 bracket 5 plus 30 divided by 6 squared n bracket minus 1. Now most of you are like, oh crap, we just jumped right into this. But it's actually not that complicated. Using PEMDAS, we can actually solve this problem out quite simply. Now one thing to show is I'm going to show parentheses are a little bit special. We need to be careful. I'm going to show you an example here. If I had in parentheses 30 divided by 5 minus 1, basically the parentheses are telling me to apply PEMDAS within, and that's how you treat it. When parentheses are applied to an expression, whatever's in that parentheses is a separate expression in it of itself. So you need to reapply PEMDAS. So within this, we're going to do the 30 divided by 5 first, so we get 6 minus 1 in our parentheses. So it's equal to 5, right? So let's go back, and so brackets are parentheses, if you didn't know. They're just outer boundaries. And brackets are around when you have inner parentheses, and you want to distinguish between the two. It's just easier on the eye. So we're going to do what's in our inner parentheses, because again, with this bracket, with this larger parentheses, we're going to reapply PEMDAS, and we find that we need to do this parentheses first. So we're going to do 2 bracket 5 plus 5 squared bracket minus 1. Now that 5 is just coming from 30 divided by 6, right? So again, we're in this case where we have to solve out what's in the parentheses first. So we're looking at what's in this bracket before we multiply or distribute the 2 and subtract the 1. So we have to reapply PEMDAS to what's in here, and we find that there's an exponent. So we need to solve that first. 2 bracket 5 plus 25, which is our 5 squared, and bracket minus 1. Now, we don't really need the brackets here anymore. We can have 2 parentheses 5 plus 25 and parentheses minus 1 because there are no inner and outer parentheses. And we're going to solve that. Again, we're doing what's in the parentheses first, which happens to be addition, and that's the first in our reapplied Pemdas. So we're going to do 2 times 30 minus 1. Now we're going to go back through our list here. We don't have any more exponents. We do have multiplication. So let's do the multiplication here. We're going to get 60 minus 1. It's a simple expression. The answer is 59. If you guys liked the video, give the video a like, subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to get back and talk about order of operations. Thanks for watching.